Good morning, it's a nice and sunny day today. Today we're going to do a mini Hillfort tour, and the Hillfort is called King's Seat. It's right up there, that's the way up. It's comparatively small to other ones that you've seen so far, and a lot of it is covered in forest, so it's actually hard to spot it from the outside. But when we're up on the top, you'll be able to see the shape of it a bit better. So that's the top of the Hillfort right there. You can see a rough outline in between the trees. So these ramparts in front of us?
I think so. Yeah.
There's another layer you can see there, a wall, and then a lower level down there. And it's pretty steep on the other side of that.
So here we are. This is the this would have been the entrance up through these trees here. Of course, in the past, these trees wouldn't have been here. This would have presumably all been cleared, and they would have had big walls and fences and a gate post.
So here we are at the top. There used to be rhododendron growing all over the place, so before they could do any excavations they had to remove all of it. That's all the leftovers.
Yeah, whenever I first came up to visit King's Seat before they did the excavation, I couldn't get to the summit because of all the rhododendron, so I'm really glad that they cleared it all away. Because now we can see, you know, the view from the Hillfort much better.
So here's the very top of it, that's the second layer down there. It's quite oval shaped, fairly flat here on top, going all the way over there. And there's another big hill over there, which the locals also call King's Seat, which is why when we were first looking for this Hillfort we ended up right up there rather than here. And then over there is the village of Dunkeld, and then there's Burnham as well. And we've got Burnham Hill and then Craigie. So what did you want to say about this area?
Well, the Hillfort is called King's Seat, but the name of the village of Dunkeld, which is just over there a bit, comes from Duncheladen, I think that's how it's pronounced in Gaelic, which means Fort of the Caledon. In actual fact though, that name probably referred to this Hillfort originally, and then the village of Dunkeld was founded a little bit later on. This Hillfort is in a very strategic area. Obviously you've got the Hillfort of Craigie out in that direction, and you won't be able to see it very well from the top of the Hillfort because of all the trees. But over towards Craigie Barnes, the hill over there, at the bottom of that hill in between Craigie Barnes and King's Seat is the road that we took to come up here. And this road would have originally, well still does, provide access to Strathtay to the north there, which is how you get to places like Aberfeldy and Pitlochry and, you know, further north, places like Blair Athol and beyond. This would have been a very important choke point. Couldn't have got to these places, at least on this side of the river, without going past King's Seat down at the bottom, because on the other side of King's Seat, the River Tay runs down along the side of the A9, and
Roughly there.
Yep. And though today the A9 is on the other side of the river and then comes along this way and then goes over a bridge to get to the other side, originally the A9 on the other side of the river would have just led to Dalgais and places like that to the west. Anybody that was coming through those two hills, so New Tile Hill on the left and Burnham Hill on the right, would have had to come through here and then come by King's Seat, either on the other side of the river or right next to King's Seat, in order to get further north into the Highlands.
There's a better view of that Dunkeld and Burnham area down there, and you can just about see the A9 in the distance. And of course there's Craigie over there. Let's zoom in a little. So I'm on top of this big rock. There's a few interesting holes in here. There's one here and a third one right at the top. There's one down there. I think over there as well. I don't know if this is left over from excavations that were done, and maybe there was a tent created with poles. No, you don't think so?
No, I think these holes have been part of this rock for a very long time. Like, it might have been something in the original hill fort. Like, it is quite strange. Like, you've got this just big rock here, and it has these holes in it, and it does remind you a little bit of the stones that would show evidence of inauguration. You know, like the footprints in them. Except you've got these post holes, and I do wonder if there was something built on top of this rock here, but it might not have been a building as such. It might have, again, I would suggest some sort of ritual use for this, but that's usually what archaeologists say when they don't know what something was for.
From the top of King's Seat, there's a path serpentining down in this direction. Hope you can see it. So that's probably the way you would have gotten up, because these sides here are rather steep, even though most people seem to come up this way nowadays.
Well, actually, I mean, looking at it now, this way that we've just come up, that might actually have been the way down. It's just that it might have curled around to the right here instead of going straight ahead like we're going to. So I'm not completely sure, but it does look like that's also a possibility.
So this could have been a set of stairs. Yeah. Intriguing. We're on the way up Craigie Barns to show you a better view of the Hillfort from afar. But if you have a look up there, that's a cave up there. We scrambled up before, and it's reasonably deep. It's about 2 meters deep, I would say, at the very least, which is more than 6 feet, maybe about 10 feet deep. And we decided to scramble up once more just to show you the cave, because it's really cool. Look at that. Here we are. So you could definitely spend the night here and be dry. Don't know about warm, but dry for sure. Is it for climbing from the looks of it?
Yeah, we see a lot of climbers climbing up Craigie Barns.
And this is a mighty looking rock. There's a light shower, and you can see there's a veil of haze as a result of that in the distance. The hill you see in the distance there, that's Craigie Nova. That's the one we went up in the Pictish summer video. So you can go watch that if you're interested. It took us a long time to find it, because the first time we went up, the whole top was shrouded in mist and we couldn't see a thing.
And it was raining very heavily.
Yes, it was raining very heavily and we got completely soaked, so we had to go up a second time, and that time we actually managed. It's rather windy up here. Once again, you see Dunkeld in the distance, and the River Tay, which runs along all the way down there. And I took you up here so you could see the Hillfort, so I'm going to go closer to the edge to be able to see it. Okay, so here we are. That's the Hillfort right in front of us. That's the whole shape of the hill, and then the top is right there. You can just about make out that stone that I stood on earlier. Again, it's hard to spot Hillfort just because of how many trees are growing on top of it. Look at that rain coming down on Craigie. Beautiful. Incredibly steep edge though. Better not fall down there. It's Dunkeld Cathedral down there.